So how was my exams? So just there, right? Some people, when you ask them, how was the exams, they'll be doing, it's just there, as if they aced it. What did he score? And somebody is scoring 10. Even zero, I've seen zero. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Now somebody just humble up. Somebody humble. Please send me the link to the YouTube video. Zero zero. 7 7.
You are live.
Hmm?
You are live. You are saying okay. 0 0. Don't say number of public guns. Just discovery.
That is not the problem. The problem is when somebody does start sending WhatsApp OPay transfer
Account number.
So, all right. We still have 2 minutes to go. So, online people, good afternoon. How are you and how is everything? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not hungry enough to go for the protests. And I hope you are doing very, very well. Thank you. Last week, we discussed on your capstone projects, right? And I made some promises, and like our Nigerian politicians, I was not able to fulfill them until today. Thank God I'm fulfilling mine. We are prayerful that they fulfill theirs also. Somebody say amen. I'm not preaching. Okay? The capstone project, like I said last week, is to show that you've learned something, that you can be able to do something after you've left this environment. Okay? That is the essence of the capstone project. Is it capstone? Capstone projects. Now, I shared a document this afternoon, and some of the students were telling me that when they open the document, they see Chinese. Well, I'm sorry for that. Maybe it's because we have a lot of Chinese companies coming into Nigeria to do train and whatnot. Maybe that's the reason why you are seeing Chinese. Maybe it's a way of telling you to learn how to say things in Chinese. So you start from Ni Hao and then you go on from there. Okay. I don't know how to speak Chinese, but I know some few words. Okay. I'm waiting for the other guy to send me the YouTube link so that I can be able to see your comments and see what you are discussing so that I can follow up with some of your questions and queries. Okay. Now, the software engineering exams, online people, how markets. Okay. It's not coming as a link. Yeah, I've seen it, but it's not coming as a link. It's coming as a. Okay, so sorry. I think I've seen it here. Okay, okay. All right, so I can see your online comments. So far, I have 6 people. Today the market look plenty. What thing happened? So I have 6 people in 2 minutes. Interesting. Yeah, don't worry about it, James. I will talk to you about it later. Okay. Peter Habila Van D. You're welcome to the classroom. I have 8 people ongoing. Okay. So this is the templates. Okay. This is the templates. The first page is supposed to contain the title information. What can you see on the title information? The project title, If you have one, Now I don't know. I used to find it weird when I ask for student ID and then students start sending the application ID. Does it mean that they don't have student ID? APP is application ID. Because there's a difference between APP and ideas. Because the student ID comes with ideas /something/something, right? So now the question is, if you don't have student ID, I think you need to contact the management of this particular program to get your student ID from them, or access your learning management system. I think your ID should be there. Cool? So please, when I say student ID and you put APP for me, well, let me know speak English. And then supervisor's name. What is the supervisor's name again? Somebody. Okay, so you guys know my name. Those of you online, what's my name again? Those of you online, what is my name? Okay, it seems as if there is like a time lag between us and those guys online. All right. What department? Software engineering. Which university? So which one should come first? Ah. Ah. Should, I think I have to contact the management of the program, but as far as I'm concerned, I think this should come first. Base university / ideas, uh, what have you? Date for submission is what? I have not specified yet. Okay, so after that is what? And what is acknowledgement? here. How many of you guys watched this Avengers movie that the Hulk is carried what's the other guy's name? Loki, and was doing him like this. You haven't seen it? Ah, just a moment. Let me see if I can get to it. That is what a lot of people are doing with my name. Seriously. Somebody is spelling my name with Hunge. I don't know where that came from. So, acknowledgement. What is acknowledgement? Hmm? You want to thank God, you want to thank your uncle that gives you transport money, you want to thank your auntie that was feeding you for the past 20 years, you want to greet your grandfather that, you want to thank Baba God for doing everything else. Now here you will put them, okay? You want to thank the ideas, the Ministry of Education, World Bank, them for bringing this program to help you in becoming a software engineer. Now here you will write them. All those things that you want to thank, anybody you want to thank. In fact, if you want to thank your born king, thank them there. We don't have problem with you thanking anybody, okay? No, I don't, that's why I said we don't have problem with you thanking. Okay. Abstracts is the next item on the agenda. What does it mean? What does it stand for? I believe we discussed some methodologies, Abi. What about problem statement? Okay. What about a brief of the project? And result and conclusion? Okay. And acknowledgement is how many words? Yes. I don't have problem if it exceeds, but I don't want it to go below. The issue on ground is if it exceeds, Biko, please don't make your acknowledgement 300 pages. No, I know some people that are good at thanking. In fact, they will line their people and start thanking them one by one. And that person that did not thank in the village is the person that will become your village person. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay. So, I don't know. Let me not lie. So, I will try my best. So the question is now, when you tell people to come and pay for graduation gown, that is where you do. Okay, so now that is where the issue is. So now the question you're asking is that the management should provide. Mind you, there is already a budget on ground for everything that is going to happen. I don't know of that, but I'm just telling you that there is a budget on ground. Amen. Let's move on. So we talked about abstracts. And we said how many words? 100 words? 300. If it's more than 300, I don't have problem with, but it should not be less than 100. Okay? All right. Then table of contents. What is table of contents? The number of the pages, their numbers, and what is in the pages. So on that table of content, you have headers and what? Subheaders, sections or subheaders. So maybe you have chapter 1, and under chapter 1, you can have problem statement, you can have this, you can have that, you can have those. So you itemize them, and then you write something in that regard. Okay? Then list of figures and tables, what is it? Figures and tables. Hmm? Come again? Yes. List of figures and list of tables. So in the event when you go and carry picture to illustrate how the waterfall model you want to use looks like this, you say figure number 1. When you go and bring a prototyping this thing, and then you say figure number 2. When you want to show data and you have a table that has data in it, you say what? Table 1, table 2, table 3, and so on and so forth. Are we together? Are we solving problems? Let's move on. Introduction. How many words? To how many words? 1,200 words. The first item under introduction is what? Background. Now, what is introduction to begin with? What is introduction? What does it mean? Introduction to the project. What do you want to do? Okay? What do you want to do? What problem are you trying to solve? Why do you want to solve that problem? This problem you're trying to solve, is it that you want to solve it, holistically, or you just want to solve a part of it? Why? What's the significance of solving the problem? And methodology overview. Now, I have just explained what introduction. Introduction deals with what, why. What is it and why? What is the objectives of doing it? When you hear of a project, you ask why. And this is the disconnect we have in the country, for instance. The government assumes a project and go and implement it. But most of the times, the people in that location, that's what they need at that point in time. I've seen that severally within the span of my lifetime, where people are in need of water, government build road. So they can drive on the road to go and fetch the water. And that is, I'm trying to be positive. Okay? People that need fertilizer are getting dams. You have the water to farm what you want to farm, but no fertilizer to do it. But even without the dam, there are still the land is moist enough for you to use your fertilizer and farm your crops. Okay? So, introduction should contain a minimum of the items you see on the screen. Okay? The background, the problem statement, the objective, the scope. Now, in regards to scope, I will tell you a short story. A student of mine, she was doing projects. And I learned that the hard way that there are two types of supervisors. Those that read what the students submit and those that just say, continue, okay. Now, she brought the work to me and I was going through what she submitted and then I saw int in a lie. Int in a lie. Now, for a Nigerian that has never gone out to other countries, might not know what int in lie means. Okay? So when I saw it, I was like, you want, the scope of her project, she says she want to do data gathering in Al-Kalam, is it Tasa Osman Kasana Polytechnic, in Umbar Musa Yaradua, and Intinilai. I started to wonder, this madam wants to go to Intinilai and do data gathering. How? I asked her, do you have passports? She said no. I said, you don't have passport. I want to go to Intinilai and do data gathering. Do you know where Intinilai is? She said no. I said, it's in Malaysia. I have been to the place to go and eat Nigerian food. From my school to Intinilai, we drive almost 2-3 hours. And you don't even have passport and you want to go there and do data gathering. How? So please, the scope of a project should be something you can do. Okay? Look at it this way. Imagine one of these Dangote trailers that used to pack cement. Well, you hardly see Dangote trailers on the road, with them being bad on the road. They're usually moving all the time. But imagine one of the trailers break down, filled with cement, and then you decide to take the pep to go and pack the cement. How will it work? Will it carry? It will not carry. Why? Because the scope is above what it can do. That is one of the reasons why I told you guys, please don't submit to me that you want to do hospital management system. I know you cannot do it. Don't submit to me, you want to do plane tracking system. I know you cannot do it. In fact, don't even tell me you want to do this rider tracking system. I know you cannot do it. So do something that is simple and has benefits. That is what? Simple and has what? Benefits. Okay, let's move on. Now, the next item is what? Literature review. And what is literature review? I will not hold you guys much on literature review because we did not do literature review in this course, okay? So do your best. Do your what? Your best. Now, what is literature review? In a simple terminology, literature review is what others have done before in regards to the work you are trying to do. Okay? You're going to see what others have done in regards to the work you are trying to what? To do. Okay? Does that make sense? In a simple example, how many of you have ever been bitten by a snake? None of you, right? Chairman on phone, have you been bitten by a snake before? Yeah, you're not paying attention. Have you been bitten by a snake before? No. If you see snake here now, what will happen? You run. Why? It has bitten someone before. And that is why you're taking what? Caution. Okay? Assuming you did not bite anybody, you are the first. Maybe you even go and try to hug it. Hey, see this fine necklace. Abi? Abi? So literature review allow us to build on knowledge. After your research, you check what other people have done, and then you build on it. Today, if you should build a tire, is it something new? No. Why? But the first one to make a tire, he did something what? New. And initially, the tires we were using today did not start as rubber. They started as what? Wood. Oh yes, wood. And then you had the carriage, where you have 2 horses or 3 horses or 4 horses, and then you have a carriage. And you watch Game of Thrones now. I don't need to start going deep into that. Mhm. Whatever it is, I don't. My English. I'm not English person, so. But what I'm trying to say is, the initial tire is not what we see today, but people what build on it. Hmm? This person invented this item, and before you know what's going on, another person will come and say, so this is item. But what if we do it this way? What is the result? And then the person do it that way, and it explode, and then the person will write it. And guys, please, if you are doing this kind of experiment, if you do it this way, it will explode. Another person will say, okay, so since this person has done it this way, it exploded, maybe the volume of chemicals is too much, so let me reduce the quantity and see how will it behave. And then they reduce the quantity to a stage whereby you have your battery. You have what? Your what? Battery. And from that battery, we started to have what? Torchlight. So people are building on things. We don't start building this kind of structures. We started with what? Mud houses. In fact, we started from where? From caves. From caves to mud houses to what we have today. So that's what literature review is. You are adding to the knowledge you already have. Okay? Requirements or system requirement. I believe all of you know what this one is. I don't need to start going haywire on it. Go. Or should I still explain? I wanted this class to be less than 1 hour. I want to go and rest. Serious. Requirement. What is your system going to do? Functional and non-functional requirement. I believe you know what use case diagrams are. We treated them in class. Okay? Design, system architecture, system models like UML flowcharts, etc. I believe we discussed on flowcharts. Go briefly. No, we did not draw any flowcharts, but we discussed on it. Okay. Database design. There's something called ERD, Integrated Relationship Diagram. You can go and learn it on YouTube. It's not hard to learn. It just takes you like 30. No, we've done ERD, Abby. We've done ERD in this class for database. So now here you go enter. UI, user interface design, and then technology stack you want to use. Now, what is stack? Technology stack. You hear somebody will tell you, I'm a full stack developer, I'm a front end developer, I'm a back end developer, and then you start to wonder maybe this back end developer they live inside boots, that's why they call them back end. So all of them have their own rules and responsibilities. Yes. Mm-hmm. Hmm? Okay, so this is what you do. You learn basic HTML. HTML. You can learn it in 3 hours. Yes. Have you ever received an error when you're writing HTML code? No, right? So anything you do is fine. As far as HTML is concerned, anything you do is fine. I talked about that in the last class, Abby. You work with what you are taught, but if you work on another stack, I will not stop you from doing that. Because sometimes students understand things differently. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. Some students are extremely good. Their problem is English. Extremely good. But their problem now to talking in English. Hey, you don't pour water for inside gari, you will swell up. Hmm? You can see somebody that when you ask them to write, my God, when you ask them to speak, now then wahala will start. So if you give those kind of people their exams in the language they understand, they will ace it. But if you change their language to English, don't put them for wahala. And that is the reason why I said use what you've been taught with, but if you decide to go with another stack, I will not stop you. Because I don't know where your lies. Okay? Okay? Are we together? All right. All right. Implementation. Which development environment do you want to use? What code structure do you want to use? Key algorithms and modules. What are the challenges you experience? Because any challenge you see in programming is an opportunity for you to learn something new. 2 days, I will be cracking my head, I will be pulling my hair, and then I will like, but this thing is supposed to be done this way. And let me try it, and it works. Now I know how to solve that problem. Tomorrow, I don't need to memorize how to solve it. No, I don't do that. I don't memorize how to solve a problem. What I do is I try to remember how I solved it. What was the search parameter I used on Google to get my answer? That's all I need. Till tomorrow, if you ask me to use filter or reduce, and which other one? I know map very well. Filter, reduce. Those two I have problem with. But I use them every day in my programming projects. Why? Because anytime I want to use them, I go to YouTube and search, I go to Google and search what I'm looking for. And I know what I'm looking for. So the moment I see, I just copy it and paste, and then I change my parameters and move on. Okay? My head has filled up, is spilling out, so I don't want to keep putting things before I'll jump up and lie down flat. Okay? So testing is the next item. I believe all of you know what testing is. Hmm? I believe all of you have at one point in time cooking soup. You put the spoon inside the pot, touch the soup small, put it on your palm, right? And then you lick it to see Maggie don't do. Pepper is okay. Maggie, salt, crayfish, all of them don't equation don't balance. If equation no balance, what happens? You balance it. Now, while you are balancing, please, once useless voice will tell you add salt. I beg, don't add salt. Now, village people, before you go add salt, don't be saying no feed the food again. Okay, then we talk about test cases. Please pay attention to test cases, they're very important. Test cases it allows you to add, it's like a document. It will tell you, okay, I'm testing for this item, this item, this item, this item, this item. And then when you're doing the test, you will test for each and every one of the test cases, and then you're going to write the results. Okay? Then we go to deployment. Which technology, which environment do you want to deploy, deployment process, configuration management, post deployment. Now, sometimes, now when you don't finish the stew, now that you realize, say, sorry, not to join. Hmm? After you've added the plates and you've served the people, maybe they are coming for your traditional wedding. Say, let our wife cook for us, and then you do small salt. So that adds something here for your head. You don't need bomb, and you give them the food salt no dey. You say, "And go bring small salt, make we add small." You better pass than make salt too much. They will chop am, but say this our wife sabi cook. Okay, are we on the same page? All right, let's move on. So, post deployment monitoring. After you are done deploying, you need to monitor it for a while to know how well it's performing. Okay? To know how well it's performing. Okay? Then conclusion and future works. Hmm? Maintenance is post-deployment monitoring, part of post-deployment monitoring. So while you're monitoring the application and then you realize that, hi, this thing that is supposed to send email is not sending email, oh, then you go on to correct it. Okay? All right. Conclusion and future works. You conclude that at the end of the project, I was able to do this, but that other one that I said I want to do, it's too hard. I was not able to do it because when I try to do it, this is challenge I face, this challenge I face. So any other person that wants to do this kind of work can take the challenges and then try to solve them. Do you understand? Uh-huh. And then references. If you go and copy something and you did not tell the person that you're coming from, you do not say, this thing that I copied or this thing that I'm using is from Mr. A. Will catch you for plagiarism, which is bad. Okay? If you copy something from somebody, you have to say now from Two-Face DB, and I copied this part of this song where I do. And make it maybe like say my song and Two-Face song, they sound like African Queen together. Hmm? Two-Face Baba, now you do the song. Me, I just take some parts too, like the beats, I take some more. Uh-huh. So you give Two-Face what? Credits for what he has done. And then you giving Two-Face credit doesn't underscore what you have done. Okay? Because like I told you before, we keep adding things to what? To knowledge. So just because you said that Two-Face, and this is one major problem we have in this country today. One major problem we have. If let's say Buhari started this express road that takes you to airports, midway Buhari regime end, and then Tinubu to take over. For us to complete this project, we'll leave it there. And then we'll start a brand new project. Why? Because when people start to talk, they say, Nabari do am now. Maybe a Tinubu do am. So me, I will go and do my own road so that anybody will come and say, Tinubu do this road. Know what? Continuity. In my state, we have a market, Dubai market. Billions of naira placed into that market. It's house to lizards and snakes. The roof they have done, don't they come out? I say, for goodness sake, this money you spend doing this, why not build houses? People for the live inside. I don't know, but in Nigeria you don't build markets. People build markets. When people build market, then you go and change it to modern market. But you don't build market and tell people come and stay. They don't go. I don't know if you understand. So that is some of the issues we are experiencing in this part of the world. So please reference your work, If you copy anything from anybody, reference it. And then we say upper what? Upper 6 referencing system. Now, I know we did not discuss this. There are different referencing systems. You have the upper, I think it's upper 4, 5. You have IEEE. You have the upper 6, and so on and so forth. But I prefer you use the upper 6 referencing this thing. Appendix. You don't need to add your source code. If not, you print 1,000 page. And then manual is user manual and installation guide. This, if you can do, good and fine. If you can't, don't worry about it, but do your best, okay? I know the time is short, so please do what you can. Do you have any questions? Those of us online, do you have any question? Those of us here, do you have any question? If you don't, let me go back home and start sleeping. Shoot. Mm. 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 Okay. Do you own a car? Do you own a car? Okay. Okay, so let me find a simpler way of putting this. When you started secondary school, just one, you did wait, you did social studies. Unless just one is too low. Let's start from SS1. When you reach SS1, let's start from just3, just one actually. You did mathematics, you did English, you did social studies, you did agriculture, you did this, you did that, you did intro tech. You did still intro tech? Okay, you do health science, you do all this, all those, everything. When you move from JS3 and enter SS1, they tell you have to what? You have to specialize. So now, from SS1, they'll tell you you're either a science class or you are an art student. Cool? Is there anyone in between the two? Commercial. I think so you have commercial, science, and arts. Now, if you are doing commercial, nothing brings chemistry into the equation. But if you remember in your JS3, you did chemistry under integrated science. So when we're teaching you what? Everything. We're not telling you to specialize yet. We're teaching you what? Everything. In your JS1, you learn under integrated science, you learn chemistry, you learn physics, you learn biology. Is that so? When you reach SS1, each one becomes a specialization. Once you finish your SS3, they'll tell you, and now it's either you pick chemistry alone, or you pick physics alone, or you pick biology alone, or you pick alone. And once you start your undergraduate, they will teach you physics, chemistry, biology, all of them together. And then by the time you reach 200 level, even if you're under the same department, let's assume you are doing architecture and interior design, the initial courses you will do in 100 level and 200 level are the same. Let's take medicine, radiology, these people that used to put anesthesia and so on and so forth. Most of what they do in 100 level are the same. Now, when you start to go to 200, 300 level, that is when you what? You pick your specialization. I remember when we were doing our undergraduates, we did lectures with students from business information technology. We did lectures with students from my department of software engineering. We did with IT students and leadership students and so on and so forth. But when we reached 300 level, now there everybody know where Mama House be. And then we started doing co-course under our department. So it's like that. We teach you everything, We'll ask you to do everything for us to test. Mechanic, we won't learn work. We'll learn how to do rewire, mechanic, painting, panel beating, and so on and so forth. After like 2 years into the process, then you say, Kai, me, I want to become a rewire. And then you go and meet chief rewire for that workshop. And then you will start following him and start learning how to touch battery and touch another thing. If he spark, you know, say you will go down tomorrow. And before you know what's going on, 3 years down the line, no, sorry, 4 years down the line, he is done with that particular what program. Now he's a graduate, and people will start giving him cars to fix. Okay, so now we are teaching you everything. We want to. When motor spoil, mechanic go meet that motor. Even the wire work you go do. That's what I'm trying to say. So now show us that what you've learned, you can actually do it. Okay. Online people, any news? I see you guys are quiet. Abi, my network is dancing left, right, and center. Any other question? Mm-hmm. Mm. You're going to document, then you code. Mm. 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 Use case. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. So the beauty of it is YouTube is a very, very beautiful resources. And once you search for flowchart, you see like 10,000 videos of flowcharts. This one is trying to teach you how to do flowchart with online resources that is free. This one is trying to teach you how to do with software you install on your system that is free. This one wants you to learn how to do it with the premium software. This one wants you to do it with software you install, but you have to make payments to use it. Hmm. 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 Is it the marriage that is doing you kiniko kiniko? I mean, you're getting cold feet. Any questions, sir? So now let me explain to you what you can do. You can create a meeting point where all of you will come and sit down and put heads together to do one project together. So now that guy that scored 100 over 100 in software engineering, bring him. Unless if you're copying from somewhere. That student that scored 100 over 100 in database, bring them. And let's join hand and mortar. Let's pound the yam. Hmm? That is the way forward. So people don't understand, will catch up. Okay? All right. Someone want me to have open door. Please, can you have open door for you whenever we need an assistance, sir? So he's asking, can we have an open door policy where whenever you have any problem at any point in time, you can call me or you can send me an email? Yes, I try to have an open door policy, but sometimes I don't reply emails when I see the questions are, you know what? Like those people that kept sending me emails to please, in the name of God Almighty that has blessed me, to please, in the name of God that has made it for me, to open the exams for them to go and write the exams. When I've already opened the exams, I will not reply that kind of message. I will not reply it because I've already solved the problem and you're trying to create a newer problem for me because the time it takes me to read that problem, if I use that time to sleep, I'll better my life. So please, anything that has been discussed, the first place you go to is Telegram. If you can't find it in Telegram, check WhatsApp. If it's not on WhatsApp, I did not send it. But some people will just go to Telegram and they will just go to where I sent from this date to 15th. And then they will look, all that part is what they will look at. And then they will not look at what happened down. And they will send me email. Sir, I'm sorry, my phone was off when you sent that email. Now, please, in the name of God, I made it for you. Please make it for me too. You did not read what is under. That what is under is not important. And that thing that is under is what has already solved the own problem. So please, online people, if I post anything, please try to check my other comments down. In fact, on the WhatsApp group, when I sent the message, I sent it that okay, so sorry, that's me a correction on that same message, but they did not check. They only read the upper part and leave the remaining for me to go and figure out. Okay, all right. Any other question? Online people, question? We still have small time. Steven, Jason, sir, I'm done with the capstone project. I built it with vanilla JavaScript, Tailwind, Django, and MySQL. Guys. So there is one Steven online, Steven Jason. He has finished the capstone project. Please go and hold his neck to show you how he did it. Now him. And so maybe not him, maybe him. How will I know? Somebody is telling me, good day, sir. CE 104 exams is not opening, and deadline is tomorrow. You see, ba? Thank God this guy did not say the God that has made it for you. She also please no God that has made it for you. Please make it for me too. Please go and check on the Telegram. There is a link for you to go and write your exams. Please, in the name of God. And so there are people that have finished too. Even Onya has finished her own. Wait, Onya is Onya. Guys, is Onya a male name or female name? Oh, it's princess. Oh, unisex. I thought it was princess. I'll say, to my friend that is getting Onya is in trouble. I'll stop calling him Onya and start calling him princess. That is the beauty of Nigeria. Serious. I'm nodding head, yes. So bring out your system and start typing. Someone is saying, please, so how submission will be? So, it will be. Because whenever I'm holding a class, I used to have like 60 students online, 30 students physical. Maximum 30 students physical. And I've never had up to 30 students, I think, physical. But when I'm writing exams, the first batch of students that wrote my exams were 390 something. The second batch now are 94. The last chance people. So, but I'm not saying that guy that score 100 over 100. I have people 90 something percent, 90 something percent, 94, 60, 70, 94. So I think the next exams you're going to have is which one? Database. Primary keys, foreign keys. One to one to many to many, many to not. Hmm. Same MCQ. That's the same as MCQ. Yeah. Okay. Regarding the form, I will correct it so that you can be able to start submitting. You can be able to start submitting data to it. I have been very busy of late, and okay. So for submission, I'm going to give you guys a link, like the form link I gave you just now, and then I'm going to go through and I'll just click on your project. Please, if you have a login form, just put the username and password in the login form so that when I click, it just allow me in. Because I don't want a social buyer. I will come to login and then I'll start asking, where is the password? I don't have that time. I don't have that energy. I don't have the resources. Okay. So please make it such that it will be easy for me to grade you. I have about 300 people. Imagine you are doing matching 300 people's projects. You don't have the time, you don't have the energy, and you don't have the resources. You just have to do it because it's your responsibility to do it. Okay? Any other question, guys? People are asking if they can have these notes. Please, I will send it to the WhatsApp group, and then everybody can get. I think I've sent it to WhatsApp group. The notes. This particular clinical. Yes. Let me see. I will send it later. So you're not seeing the people that I clinical with. I've sent it before. It's not opening. I'll still send it again. All right. Um, the form is not showing Capstone project. I've already talked about that. Like I said, I don't know how people think. They're still telling me the Capstone project is not opening. I know it's not opening. I will correct it. Okay. All right. In the absence of questions, thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you very much. See you guys online in 2 weeks' time for me to see your projects. Hmm? No class next week. No, we have concluded now. Abi? Hmm. All right, thank you guys. Online people, thank you. Let me finish this task and then